Good evening, everybody. My goodness. Man, I've been waiting a long time for this week, this day, it feels like. Very excited to get the stream going here. I'm back. I feel good. My sinus stuff has cleared up a lot. So that's amazing. I feel like I'm just coming out of this big haze, and I'm very excited to talk with y'all today. Lots to talk about. A super huge amount of stuff in the news for ham radio. Hello from Minnesota. What's up, Tyler? Just all kinds of stuff. So let's just dive in because I have a feeling today's going to be a very long stream. I am got a little bit of radio stuff going on there on the video. My X5105 is on CW right now. I don't know if you can hear it in the background or not, but yeah, we're just going to look at this while I go through some of the news and updates. The beer of the day is the sugary. Oh, wow, that green screen really kills that, huh? I guess I should have thought about the green label before. But it's a maple pecan pie aged in bourbon. I'm going to take a sip of that right now. Ah, delicious. Okay, so, you know what? I am actually going to turn the CW off. I'm trying to focus too much on picking out the characters. So, anyway, what did we do? This week, the newsletters went out, so for all the patrons, you got the newsletters. Hopefully, if you didn't, send me a message over on Patreon. We're talking about emergency comms in the newsletter for March. New YouTube features for streaming. So, you've got this delicious little chat room up above, by the way. If you chat there, it'll show up so we can see and talk. That's going to be live replayable now with YouTube on the streams. That's awesome. I've been waiting for that for a really long time. The fact that I put this chat there is because the stream was so lacking in the comments end, because when you posted a video, the comments were just gone. So super disappointed about that. Also, for those that are interested, I am simulcasting over on gunchannels.com. There's another chat room there. So if you're interested, you can check it out there. Different set of people. Fans over there as well. Good people, good friends. Okay, what is some of the news? The biggest item, the big item is the ARRL Technician Class Enhancement. The ARRL has put out a request to enhance the Technician Class license with new features or new abilities. Privileges, that's the word we use. Basically, and let me show you how this works. The ARRL and the FCC and the amateur radio bands in the United States breaks it up like this for the technician class. So all you people who just got your technician class, it could be really awesome day for you. And of course, I got this little hair in my mustache that's bothering me. Didn't bother me for hours before the stream as I was waiting, as I was setting up, but now it does. Anyway, for your technician class licensees, UHF, VHF, you get all these bands here. We've already talked about that. That's your FM, your handy talkies, all that good stuff. Well, before, on the HF bands, 10 meters, 15 meters, 40 meters, and 80 meters, you were kind of limited to CW only. That's this like gray wavy part there on the bottom. And then you had some CW RIDI data on 10 meters and single sideband and CW also on 10 meters. 10 meters is okay. Now, what the ARRL is proposing is that they're going to open up the CW space down here, right? The 15 meter, 40, and 80 meter, those wavy areas, they're going to add data and voice to that. At least that's what I understand the plan to be. So for those in the United States that get your technician class license, if you wanted to work on the data modes like FT8 and PSK31 and all that fun stuff, you'd have to upgrade to general. You don't have to do that now. You can just get your technician class license and a little portion of the band will be available for you. That's awesome. And then as time goes on and you want to get access to more of the frequency and some other privileges, then you can upgrade to general like I did. Awesome news. There's a couple reasons they did this. One is that ARES and RACES, which is the emergency kind of team within the FCC and the ARRL respectively, they use the HF bands, and if you're a technician and you're part of that group, then you could be limited on what you have access to. So that's awesome. This proposal went to the government, and there will be a public hearing where people can air their grievances, and already people are on the internet and they're pissed. The FUDs are out in force. They don't like this. If you go to the Ham Radio Crash Course, our YouTube page, our group, there's a post there where somebody has posted a interesting comment from somebody that kind of turned into just a mudslinging competition about people claiming, I want CW restrictions to come back. Hey, I get it. I get the argument. I just think that it's best for the hobby the more people we get in. And truly, and let me take a sip here because I'm going to make a big point. If you're the type of person who's getting upset by all these technicians that are coming out and they don't know anything about radio, I hear it a lot. Maybe you should train them. Maybe you should teach them. Maybe you should reach out, become an Elmer, help people, do something other than complain. Be the change you want to see. Be the view of the world that you want to see. Go do that instead of complaining. That's what I would recommend. That would help me out a lot. I would appreciate that. Let's hit up the chat really quick. It's been fast and furious. I need to go back and look at this. Okay. East Los Angeles, what's up? Oh man, there's so many comments now. Good. Lots of people. The test was probably not going to change. Also, this is probably going to take a while for all this to go into effect. For some of you, you're going to get your general before you're even before this stuff is even going to happen. So don't really worry about it. George, looking forward to joining the amateur radio community for Southern California. Heck yeah, buddy. I tried to order a Baofeng and it wouldn't ship to my P.O Box here around LA. However, that doesn't make any sense. You should just be able to buy that on Amazon and have it shipped. You sure you weren't trying to import it from China? If you go through Amazon, you shouldn't have a problem. I'm guessing that has to do with the LiPo batteries or the lithium batteries. Man. Okay, we'll come back to that when we get to the Q&A. I got a couple more things to hit. I'll take a pause before we get into the main topic du jour, which is mobile radio. I had a hard drive crash. That's why some of this is a bit weird still. My logos are gone. I had two hard drives actually crash. Both my backup, one of my backups, and my main scratch drive, my fast drive that I use for video editing. So I'm in all kinds of trouble. I'm gonna make a video on it. I've elected to do my own hard drive surgery. I'm gonna take that sucker apart. I don't care. I'm gonna do it in my office, and I'm gonna replace the head parts with a donor drive that's the same. Don't care. I'm gonna make a video. I got so frustrated by it. I'm just gonna do it. The Redivis RT82 video will be out tomorrow. So either out tomorrow or Sunday. So look forward to that. The Redivis, this bad boy, it's gonna be out. Okay, let me go back over here while we talk. You guys can look at my swag. Discord. I want to talk briefly about Discord. I had a couple of hams reach out, followers of the channel, and they mentioned Discord to me. Discord is a IRC-like both chat room and voice chat application and website. It's for your phone, for your computer, whatever. So I made the Ham Radio Crash Course on Discord. It's a chat room. You can join it. I can add you. In fact, I'm looking for moderators, so if you're interested, contact me on Facebook. And you can chat, voice chat with each other. I think the voice chat capability is awesome. I remember things like TeamSpeak, but that kind of wasn't in the open. So I don't know. If you guys go join, then I'll get an idea if people are interested or not. I don't know what to think about it. Mileage will vary, right, man? George, thanks. Just moved to California and still getting used to some of the rules. You motivated me to jump in and take the test. That's awesome. So with that said, too, I should mention that, man, there's a lot of people in California. That's right. I forget. Well, this is also a little bit later, so sorry for you East Coasters that are watching. I do want to mention that I did get a radio that I'm going to be setting up, the ICOM 2730A. There's an antenna that's on its way to me right now that is going on the roof, and so we will be doing live QSOs hopefully in this live stream. We'll have VHF, UHF going. We'll try to do some simplex. If that doesn't work out, we'll find a repeater that will welcome us to do a live net during the stream or after the stream, probably after the stream. Nets, you got to follow the rules a little bit more. So that's that. Okay. So, without further ado, let's hit the chat one more time. Make sure I'm not missing any questions that I need to get right out of the way. And I will then jump into the mobile radio discussion. New Zealand. Oh, in New Zealand. Are you in New Zealand? Man, one type of license, so much better. But then again, you do have a test, and then you get 50 contacts over 3 months to be allowed. Oh, wow. So in New Zealand, they only have one test, and it gives you access to everything, but it seems like it's a lot harder. Okay. Orlando. I have a vanity call, K3RLD, my initials. It's Swift, very nice. Carlos, hello, I need an exterior antenna. What antenna would you recommend? Great question. It depends on what you want to operate on. VHF, UHF, HF, I don't know. So you have to tell me specifically exterior antenna for blank, and then I can work with that. I'm assuming you mean VHF, UHF. And I recommend making your own J-pole. Go down to the hardware store, buy some copper plumbing, 1/4-inch copper plumbing, and some end pieces. In fact, I think if you go back to one of my videos, I'm not going to pull it up right now because I don't want to slow things down, but you can find a J-pole calculator, which will tell you how to cut all the pieces and how to put them together, and you can make yourself a great VHF or UHF radio, or not radio, antenna. Yeah, things are looking up. Today's so good. Like the news, the Bouvet Island, there's another expedition going out, and they just invited the previous expedition that got scuttled or canceled to go with them. That's great news. I got my radio haul came in that I was waiting for. Just super, super excited. Everything's coming up ham radio right now. Carlos asked me, dude, what do I think of the Beige BJ218? I have no idea what that is. Dustin Thomas, I'm doing a 2008 State of the Hobby survey. Could you promote that? It's the second year I've done it. Dustin, you posted the survey link on the Ham Radio Crash Course, correct? Say yes or no in the chat. If that is the case, your post is on the Ham Radio Crash Course. Go join the Ham Radio Crash Course. See his post. It's a really simple question about DMR, digital, D-Star, fusion, analog. Good question. I think it's a topical question too. It's going to go in line with my Redivis stuff. Yeah, Discord it's a chat program that can do voice calls, conferencing, very popular in the gamer community. Indeed. But so this is, to go back to Discord for a second. I'm not prepared to show you the whole thing, but this is the main screen. And basically we can use this to talk to each other and then try and organize like an on-radio QSO. So if somebody's on the East Coast and they want to try and work HF, we can use Discord to say, hey, I'm going to be on such and such frequency, or we can discuss what frequency we want to try depending on how the propagation is at the time of day, where the sun is. Awesome. All that stuff. It's awesome. Yeah. Discord is free. I used to use TeamSpeak, but I think Discord's kind of slick. Patrick from Nebraska, what's up? Waiting on the Baofeng. Good. Did you get your license yet? Go get it. And Carlos, again, question. I have a question. I am in Mexico, and the segment I have is 139 through 149. Yeah, so that's like a broadband VHF access. Baofeng radio will do it. Just about any of the radios we're going to talk about today will also do it. And speaking of that, let's dive right in. I do not have HF on right now. I do not. But if you wait until the slides are over, we can try and do a QSO. Okay, so Ham Shack, not Ham Shack, in the car in the Ham Shack mobile radio. These are my slides. That's actually my Xterra there. I posted a picture on Facebook trolling some people, and I just drove over that rock. So in Cerritos, California, this particular shopping center, they actually drive their Toyota Corollas up over that rock and they high side it. People post pictures of it all the time in the community Facebooks. It's hilarious. Do I need to post the link? So the link for Discord will be in the description. Can you search for Ham Radio Crash Course? I actually don't know how Discord works that well. But if you go to Ham Radio Crash Course on Facebook, after we're done here, I'll go post the information for Discord. And then we could actually try and talk on there. We can do it right after. So that could be kind of fun. Go download Discord if you're so interested and create an account. Dustin Thomas, how many folks have fun HF in the parks? I personally love going into parks, camping, and playing radio. Yeah, buddy, that's my bread and butter. That's part of the reason why I like QRP so much, is that I can go. I'll just go down the street to a park and set up. It's so much fun. Cool. Okay, so what's the definition of a mobile radio? Mobile radios are larger than HTs, right? Handy talkies. We're not carrying around mobile radios. They're like car radio size. Usually higher power, about 50 watts. Many, many more memory channels often. For example, the TYT 9800 that I have in my Xterra is 800 channels. I thought it was more than that. I think it's 1,000. We got a person from Bangkok. Video's easy to understand. Will you do a course for the general? I get that question all the time. I think I am. It's gonna happen. They're portable mobile radios. They're portable, luggable, I call them. And then they have hand mics. In fact, I've got a hand mic here. This is a good, I gotta say, as far as hand mics go, I'm now a fan of the ICOM hand mics. ICOM hand mics are kick butt. You got most of the features of your radio right there on the awesome. What's up, John Z, buddy? How you doing? Carrie, #1 patron. Okay, and mobiles usually require, well, they can use and often do use larger antennas, which is good. You want that. Okay, so these are 2 examples. The bottom right is the TYT 9800. That's what I have in my Xterra. Above that is Kenwood. We'll talk about that in a little bit of detail. But on the left-hand side is a series of antennas that are sold by MFJ. And they cover the gamut from the little tiny ones on the left all the way to the big ones. My antenna is actually the second one from the left. The TYT is a quad band radio, and that's a quad band antenna. So what's cool about mobile radio is you've got a lot of options, particularly for VHF, UHF when it comes to antennas. We will talk about that. The primary function, right, for mobile radio is it does everything that an HT does, but generally better, right? More channels. It has better antennas. It has more power. Usually, although there are more Chinese radios, a lot of them are Japanese radios of really high quality. So, great. It's usually considered a step up from an HT. And the way that the industry is going right now is it seems like there's... Yeah, what's up, John? I can see your thoughts popping out of your head. He's talking to me. So the industry seems to be going to this, like, there's a handy talkie, and then there's a mobile radio, which they kind of think of as a car radio or an RV radio or whatever, and then HF radio. They don't really make VHF and UHF full-sized radios that are like a desktop radio, a base station radio, like the ICOM 7300, HF only, no VHF, UHF. Most of the companies are going to this. The large size radios are usually HF, and they have the mobile radios, the car size radios, as the VHF, UHF. The idea being you can just work the mobile radio at home. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna show you guys how I do that. In fact, we're gonna have a series of videos on that radio alone, just as we get it set up, as I mount the antenna on the roof and all that stuff. Justin Brown, are you my buddy, Justin Brown? Do you live in California, buddy? Are you that Justin Brown? So some of the other things they can do is they have simultaneous receive capability, so you can have 2. Matthew Baker, no, I am active on 40, but I'm not active right now. I'm going to get through the slides, and then maybe we can do a QSO, try and do a QSO live. Helmet Strong, that's a whole video. Helmet says, the problem with ham radios, you can't stomp anyone legally. Yeah, buddy. That's a whole discussion. Legally is the important one. Adam Sullivan, $10. Thank you, man. He says, you saved me 10x that amount in time and frustration. Keep up the good work. Thank you, dude. I have banged my head significantly against the wall particularly with the Baofangs and programming these radios, that once I figured out a better way of doing it, I'm like, everybody's got to know about this. And I think I've made 4 separate videos on just programming Baofangs and using chirp, because it is the better way. And if you want the better way, there's only one way, and that's getting the legitimate cable, which is linked in my Amazon affiliate store, which is in the description. It's $20. It's almost the cost of the damn radio, but it will work. It will always work. Carlos says, Hosh, I need to put a mobile radio for a base. How do I connect it to a power bank? Whew! That's a damn good question. We will talk about that. I'll cover it really quickly. There's two ways to go. You either use a power supply that runs off the mains, a plug in the wall. You can build one out of a computer power supply. We actually just had a post on the Ham Radio Crash Course where somebody built a power supply for their radio with using a computer power supply. It's really easy to do. Cheap, too. You got them all over the place. You can probably pick one up just out of any computer that you've got lying around. Or you can just run off a battery. Hold on. Go get yourself an Expert Power sealed lead acid. This is a 12 amp hour, 12 volt battery. You can run the mobile off of this all day. No problem. Not transmit all day. And then what you'll do is you charge it at the end of the day with a battery tender or whatever. Go to town. Oh, Dustin, Tom, thank you, buddy. This is great stuff. I'm glad I found this channel. The Young Hams Discord directed me. Whoa, the Young Hams Discord. Oh, very cool. Yeah, actually, that's the guy who told me about Discord and got me interested in it. So I'm looking forward to being able to, once I have some more time, now that I'm feeling better and I've got the stuff that I can work on, getting him to help me out doing it. Because I was on his, so Young Hams Discord. I hope he maybe comes on the chat and he can link or tell me what it is. Or better yet, go join the Ham Radio Crash Course on Facebook and we can cross-link each other and we can join each other's channels. He's got a good Discord where it's set up for all the different like topics and discussions and stuff that people do. It's really a lot of fun. I like it, but I grew up on IRC. I lived on IRC before the internet kind of was the internet where websites were good. Websites were crap back in the day. So everybody was on IRC and that's where we kind of lived. We didn't have voice, we didn't have video, but we had chat. So, okay, let's get back to this. All right, primary function for a mobile. Easy home station. Easy. It's just it's a radio about this big, and we'll get into it. A lot of them have pop-off faceplates, and you just kind of hide the body of the radio out of the way, plug it into the antenna, plug it into a power supply, whatever, and then you just use the little faceplate. It's super, super easy. And then, of course, mobile radios do VHF, UHF, and some even do HF. Okay. What do we look for when we want to go buy a mobile radio? Yeah, and also there are cheap power supplies on Amazon. Thank you, Justin. What are we looking for? Well, we want bands. We want dual band, quad band, HF, etc. And what I mean by that specifically is you should be looking for the things that you want to do. I say this all the time, and I can't answer this question for you. If you want to work DMR because you live in an area where there are lots of people on DMR, there are ways to do that. If you live in an area with D-Star, there are ways to do that. If you live in an area with Fusion, Yaesu's Digital, there are ways to do that. How do you figure that out? Well, get on an analog repeater, start making friends and meeting people and talking, and you're going to find out really quickly that they will tell you that, hey, we're also over here, we're also over there, we've got a repeater that does this, we've got a blah, 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 right? Great. One caveat, though. So there are mobile radios that can do both HF and VHF, UHF, but it's kind of a compromise. There are some that are HF only, and there are some that are VHF, UHF only. So your mileage will vary depending on what you're looking for. Matthew Baker says, Hosh, I'd love to see you make a video on HF antenna options. I'm going to take out my handy-dandy notebook right now, and I'm going to make a note on that because that is something I, too, want to do. So we're talking HF antenna options. Just for an FYI, the HF antenna that I have on my roof is a G5RV Lite, which is a kind of a cross between a doublet and a dipole. More on that in the future. There's gonna be a lot more of that in the future if they open up the technician class to allow way more HF. All us young people that like the digital stuff, are going to come streaming in, and they're going to want to know how to do it. So power, mobile radios are more powerful, 50 watts. Usually that's their high point. Some go more than that. We'll talk about that too. Memory channels, way more than an HT in some cases, but generally more than an HT. Detachable front face, I already mentioned that. The ability, so if you think about, you're in your car, and I didn't snap a picture of my setup in my Xterra, but I've got the actual radio buried up underneath the dashboard. You can't see it, and then there's a little cable that comes out and connects to the little faceplate, and it's just a little faceplate that sticks to the dashboard. They've got other ways of mounting them, and if you're in a home situation, you can just have it free sitting on the desk. Very clean. You can do a really, really clean setup for a home station, VHF, UHF with the disconnected faceplate. Dual receive, I kind of already mentioned that, but the ability to monitor 2 frequencies at the same time. Maybe you're monitoring your favorite repeater, and you also monitor the national call frequency, which is, I think it's, what's national call? 146.50, something like that. Crossband repeat. Okay, so there's a synergy that goes with HTs, repeaters, and mobiles. So HTs are 5 watts, mobiles are 50 watts, and then repeaters are where you want to be. You want to get your signal to repeater. So using crossband repeat, you can use your mobile radio, or maybe in your home, right? You've got it plugged into your home, and you're walking, say you're walking around the house, you're monitoring the repeater with the HT. You can set up your mobile radio to take the input off of your HT, amplify that sucker up to 50 watts, and blast it out to the repeater. So then you can get a good, strong signal. That's what crossband repeat is. Oh man, Ambrose, thank you, buddy. He asks, good info on this channel, been listening for a while, maybe meet you on the air sometime. Absolutely, we're working towards that. Of course, it depends on where you're at, but we can try and work that out. The good thing about digital is digital opens up all the doors worldwide. We can transmit all over the place with digital. We are kind of in what they call a solar low right now. We're like 11-year low. The sun is like the worst conditions for ham radio. But digital, as I've always mentioned, can carry. Digital is good. Okay, and then what to look for mobile, again, proprietary features. I already mentioned D-Star Fusion and Sky Command. That's what Kenwood uses to control your radio. Those are going to be specific. If you go down the path of buying Yaesus, maybe a Yaesu radio is the way to go. If you go down the path of buying Kenwoods, maybe the Kenwood's the way to go. There's nothing wrong with that. You don't have to be brand loyal, but you don't have to be brand disloyal. And if what you're looking for is a specific set of features, then go with that. Meaning my HT, my Kenwood HT, I can use it to command my mobile radio or my HF radio. Okay. So let's talk about recommendations on radio. You've got a Baofeng budget. What do we buy? These are entry-level mobiles. What's up from Greece? Dimitrios? Hope I'm saying that correctly. I apologize for my pronunciation. So I mentioned my 9800. This is the one I own. It's a 50 watt, 40 watt, full quad band, but only FM. So it does 2 meter, 70 centimeter. It does 6 meter and 10 meter, but only in FM. It doesn't do single sideband. It doesn't do anything like that. So 6 meter FM and 10 meter FM, not very popular. It's pretty rare that I think I've only ever hopped on it a couple of times. Fire Icer Cooper asks, I thought Fusion was linking digital with analog and Yaesu has C4 FM as digital. You could be right. I just know that they refer to a lot of their radios under the Fusion blanket as being kind of like their digital entries. So case in point, the FT60, which is like the original workhorse analog of Yaesu, they just came out with an FT70, which has Fusion capability. So I don't have radios that do Fusion. I have an FT60, and it's just an analog radio, a good analog radio. Helmet Strong. Baofeng is really crap. You're not wrong, but it works and it's cheap. I'm not gonna come out here and say like that Baofeng is the perfect in RF clarity and they're not spattering RF all over the place. I won't say that. I think that as operators, it's our job to be the best stewards we can and be as nice and responsible as we can. And if at any time you hear that you're causing interference or you're causing trouble or blah, 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 or whatever, you should work to try and solve that. So, and Helmet, you're also right. So much better stuff out there. Absolutely. Absolutely. It's just a matter of how much you want to spend. And there are some good options for around the $25 mark. I should probably do a video on that. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do best Baofeng alternatives for $20. Best Baofeng alternative under 20. I don't think it's possible, but we can try and find out. Happy hack, sir. Beer bucks. Cheers to you, sir. I appreciate that. And I gotta say, I thought this sugary maple pecan pie would be like a sweet bomb. By the way, how cool is that cup? Anybody know about that right there? My dad brought these home from Thailand after he got out of Vietnam. It's very good. It's not too bourbon barrely. It's not too that molassesy syrupy taste. Not too sweet. It's good. Good. It's a good ale. It's like a kind of a red ale. Canadian bucks are acceptable, and if they're not, if I can't work with them, I'll send them to Biker Bob up in Canada and give them some Molsons. Okay, continuing on. The radio I already mentioned is quad band, remote mountable faceplate. You're going to see that a lot, and then it's a value price. It's inexpensive. I believe this radio is under $300. Okay, the Kenwood TM V71A. This is available on Amazon. I have this linked to my Amazon affiliate store. I almost bought this radio instead of the 2730A, but in full disclosure, I found a really good deal on a used 2730A on the QRZ forums. I had to pop on it. I couldn't let it sit, so had to do that. The Kenwood is kind of like the TYT. Has 1,000 channels. It's dual receive capable. It's only VHF, UHF. It's not quad band. Supports Echolink, right? So now you start to see where some things start to diverge. You say, okay, quad band, TYT, maybe I want 6 meter, 10 meter FM. Maybe I want that. But then you go to the Kenwood and you say, well, this is VHF, UHF, and it does Echolink. I've already talked about Echolink I've had some people contact me about Echolink on the Ham Radio Crash Course. A lot of people are getting their Echolink access on their phones. Well, imagine if you had your radio that could operate Echolink based off of the normal channels and the places you go within the memory. Very, very cool. This doesn't have a detachable faceplate. It has a rotatable faceplate. This is an older radio. That's why I put 2009 on there. But don't let that ever hold you back when it comes to radio. Lots of really good analog radios are older, and that's fine. They're solid state. Unless you amp them up with too much power, they're going to be fine. So to me, even though I own the 9800, I'm a really strong supporter of the Kenwood. That's why I put it in here. Okay. All right. So the ICOM 2730, this is the one I got. I got this for a couple of reasons. I mentioned that I want the cheapness that used provides. I love buying used if I can, if it's in good condition. I actually got it off of Hawaii, so I get a little bit of the island spirit from somebody from Hawaii. His QRZ page is pretty cool. This one is a little bit wider receiving capability. So you can listen to aviation, marine, weather channels, and utility communications, right? So what does that mean? Well, go back here. This one does Echolink. Go back here. This one does 6 meter, 10 meter FM. 2730 has a little bit wide receive. Now, I'm sure that you can pretty much open up any of these radios and open the receive up a bit, but this one comes out of the box with wide receive that you can do aviation, weather, marine, all that stuff, which I'm a consummate information dude. I constantly want to listen to the information and get an idea of what's going on. So, okay, what do we got going on? I'm just catching up. It seems like things are devolving into a Baofeng discussion. So, Helmet, no one disagrees, I think. I just, you got to give it to the price there. Whether that's sandbagged by the Chinese or because it doesn't have any filtering in it and it just displays RF everywhere. Yeah, absolutely. I don't think anybody really is here fighting for Baofeng or defending Baofeng because I don't know that it's defensible. Anyway, back on target here. I like to receive more and talk less. I know that doesn't sound like me, but on radio, that's more of what I do. I like to listen and try and figure out how I would use this in an emergency situation. So many interesting things if you focus on the receiving of information and how that can better your situation, better yourself, this whatever goings on around you. Why I'm a big fan of the listening. So, okay. I got money to play. I got money to blow. What do I do with my money? So we were all just looking at the $300, sub $300 radios, particularly if you're buying used. Where does it go from there? Well, it goes through the roof. Not that much. So the Kenwood, this was in the first picture, the D710GA. This is so Kenwood is kind of on the APRS side of things, right? My D72A, my handheld that has GPS and it has APRS capability. Automatic APRS, automatic positioning radio system. It takes your GPS and it over a specific frequency transmits a packet of data that can give things like your heading, your speed, your elevation, all that goodness. That's what this radio does, but kind of like on crack. It's like extra powered. It has GPS. It does it logs GPS. It has waypoints. It's a dual band, so you can do VHF. It's what they call true dual band, VHF. You can split it with VHF, UHF, VHF. 1,000 multi-channel memories. And it also supports Echolink. And remember, Kenwood's they'll do Echolink and they do APRS pretty well. And this radio is kind of like the pinnacle of that. Okay. What do we got? I don't want to have to do admin stuff right now. We chilling? Are we chilling, bro? Helmet, unless you're going to throw out free radios. Relax. We all get the argument. Okay. So now Kenwood, right? APRS and GPS capability. Well, the ICOM, what did ICOM do? They have D-Star. And this is their D-Star radio, the 5100A. Integrated GPS, same features as the Kenwood, except that this does D-Star. So if you go down the ICOM rabbit hole, you could be maybe better served with the ICOM, right? So yeah, I mean, understand that I don't want you to buy into a brand, but if the brand is good for you, then go for it. Hawkeye says, Josh, I got a free tape measure from Harbor Freight today. Can you share your source to make the Beme antenna out of it? Yeah, look up tape measure Yagi on Google. Tape measure Yagi on Google. And that will be pretty much all you need. It's fun and easy. Okay. All right. UHF, VHF is cool and all, but I really want HF mobile. Okay, so well, let me go. Well, I already spoiled the thunder. I can't go back now. So there are options to do HF in your car. A lot of this is predicated by Helmet. Don't apologize. Don't worry, man. It's cool. Just we get it. Believe me. I hope you've seen my videos. I've covered why people hate the Baofeng. We all get it. Don't worry. You're preaching to the choir. I don't think anybody's saying that the Baofeng is the bestest thing ever and we should only ever use Baofengs. No way. No way. But at the same time, if you got a good recommendation, I'll take it. I will take it. If we could get it maybe used at a good price, or maybe it's just retail for a good price, post it up, man. Absolutely. We'll check it out. Okay, so ICOM 7100. This is where you start, you're going to be dropping a little bit more bills. You got a bit of a bigger budget. Oh, yeah, hang on, Sunnyland camper. Hang on, friend. Built-in SD slot, right? So you can record what you get on HF. Multifunction meter, SWR display, DSP, 500 channels, although it's HF, so it's kind of like meh. Although maybe you have an HF net that you want to load into it. So this is a HF radio that supports upper sideband, lower sideband, CW, RTTY, meaning data, AM, FM, and FM receive only. Okay, that's fine. And it covers all of the major bands. So you've got all the way through 160, 80. Yeah, pretty much everything you want to work, right? Good radio. Hates dashboards. That's why I put in the red. It's a mobile radio. This is supposed to be able to go in your car, yet they got this thing that looks like a alarm clock, right? Oh my God, Pat G. I think I now have my question I get asked more than anything. That is the thing that should become like the weirdest staple in my channel. And it's when people ask me about the Baofeng T1. I'm gonna hold on. I gotta write this down. I need to make a Baofeng T1 video. I keep asking I've asked 2 companies to send me a Baofeng T1, and actually I wanted the mobile unit where you can plug the T1 into this base station to give it like 25 watt output, and nobody replies back to me. If you got a T1 and you want me to review it, because I get this comment all the time about the T1, send me it. P.O Box is in the description. Send it to me. I'll review it. It is the most maligned. It's like the most maligned radio ever. It's like the stubby antenna of radios. That T1. Yeah. Okay. All right. So, haha. Who said it earlier? It was Benjamin. You get a gold star. The Yaesu FT 857D. This is where we take a bit of a jump. This is a 100 watt HF mobile radio that supports both VHF and UHF. I didn't put all the specs in here because this thing's been around. Everybody pretty much knows about it. It's a solid, very well respected radio. It's like so if the 817 is the workhorse, the most consistent thing in ham radio of QRP nature, then the 857 is like its bigger brother, and it's there to play, right? It's a very good radio. It's very well loved. It has some idiosyncrasies. The screen's kind of crappy, but again, it's of that era of Yaesu. We'll figure out gold stars. We'll figure out how to do that. 100 watts, though. 100 watts. Okay, well, hang on to your butts, cuz the Yaesu 80 or 891. Okay, this is similar to the 857, except it only does HF. Still has 100 watts, okay? But it's $200 cheaper than the 857. And for me, as much as I like VHF, UHF, I have no problem with a VHF, UHF handy-talkie and just being like, I'm fine. They've got enough memory channels in it. I can get it loaded up with just about anywhere I want to go in the Southern California area. Fine. What I really like is HF. I love HF. And so this radio, see that bottom one? The reception quality compared favorably to the ICOM 7300. A $1,400 base station radio. My next radio I want to buy, people compare the receive quality on the 891 to it. So if you want a discussion point on that, I'm not going to go into the details. Go to the description. There's a link in the description. I posted to a forum post that talks about the 891 and how good the receive quality is on it. I was shocked. I didn't even want to believe it. I don't know that I can believe it. Sounds like a conspiracy theory, but it's like a $600 radio. It's like very good. Yes, and Strike Eagle is correct. The 891 is a generation beyond the 857. So you're going to get a better quality radio in general with the 891, although it is limited because it's only HF. But maybe that's okay. And maybe that's okay because that's what you're about. You're about HF, whatever. So, what then? Okay, I got a radio. Now I need an antenna. Okay. It's all about the mounts, guys. It's all about the mounts. Antennas in your car are there's good things and there's bad things. Good things in that you got this big ground plane that's rolling around. It's full of metal. You just got to tap into it. And there's certain areas, particularly placement. Tyler got his tech a week ago. Congratulations, buddy. Go to the Ham Radio Crash Course, join the Facebook group, and post there. Okay? So, the antennas in mobile is very important, and there's lots of ways you can go. We're going to talk about them right now. where you put them, how you mount them. Just there's all kinds of details to keep in mind. And it's important because you want to get the best out of your radio. HTs are compromised radios. These are compromised radios in that we're carrying them around, so our antenna is limited. But when you start talking about mobiles and getting to trying to get the best ability out of your radio, you really got to start thinking about your antenna. When you get to HF, even more so. We talk about, we talk a lot about antennas, and it's good because that's kind of the heart of radio. Is you gotta think about the antenna. I know I'm like rambling, but Tom, thank you, buddy. Thank you so much. I appreciate the super chat. Appreciate that. If you have a question, go ahead. Normally you can send a question, and I'll take it immediately if you send a super chat. But so if you're okay, all right, here we go. All right, this is your entry into radio. These HTs. You don't graduate from this. You're still gonna have you're gonna keep this. But if you want to step up from an HT to mobile and into HF and etc., you got to start thinking about antennas. And I don't mean just an antenna I buy on Amazon and I can screw it on there and whatever, because that's nothing. You did nothing. You got to start thinking about, where am I putting the antenna? How long is the antenna? What is it resonant on? What frequencies are it good at? What is the capabilities I'm trying to get out of it, etc. Last point on this one. Placement of an antenna on your car can change how effective it is. Same antenna. But if it's on the very tippy-top roof of your car, you get about a 0 dB gain. If you slide that over the trunk, right? If you put it on the trunk, so you're on a regular, like this car, right? If you had a mag mount, clunk, trunk mount antenna, same antenna. Put that antenna on the roof, put that on the trunk. You'll lose about 1 dB to 2 dB of gain. Okay? So placement's really, really, really important. All right, mag mounts. It's kind of the entry, it's the gateway drug of mobile antennas. They're simple, they're easy to install. Don't mind my spelling. They're usually pretty cheap. And there's two problems. One, and in fact, somebody talked about this on the Facebook group today. Is that person in the chat? If you're in the chat, say something. Somebody asked me today, it's like, do you have any recommendation of what I should do when I have a mag mount and blah, blah, blah. I'm going to drive in my garage. I got to take it off every time I do it, blah, blah, blah. Totally, that is the strife of the ham radio operator that uses the mag mount antenna. Every time you go into a parking structure, every time you go in a garage, whatever, you could bang, smack, kill your antenna. So that's a problem. And then likely you've got wires all over the place. It seems like people who install mag mounts usually, I don't want to say take the short way out of it, but they go with the way that's more efficient for just getting on the air, which you can't blame them, but at the same time, sometimes it can look a little rough. Okay. The lip mount. I believe that's the front of a Jeep. They've mounted, so this is like a clampy little thing. In fact, I have it on the back of my Leaf. Clampy little thing that connects to the latch on something, whether it's your hood or your trunk or your door. I had a door lip mount on my Xterra for a long time. Similar to a mag mount, a little bit more permanent. It's often less of a perfect location. See, now we're going back to this crazy Buick car from the last couple of slides. Mag mounts, you can slap that sucker right on top of your car, get really good 0 dB, right? That's what you want. Yeah. With a lip mount, though, you're already saying, I'm getting it off the center. You can't lip mount in the center of the car, so you're like, I got to get it off the center. And now you're in a place that's a little bit less good, a little bit less effective, right? Keep that in mind. Screwdriver! Screwdriver is probably like the HF god of antennas. So what that can is, so this is mainly for the HF people, right? This is what this is. They're also really expensive. A HF screwdriver antenna, they come in two modes, manual or automatic. But basically what you're doing is the coils, there's a coil on the inside there. And that tube, you can adjust it, and that changes the resonance and the length of the antenna. So you can use it kind of like a tuner. You can tune to the perfect spot on your radio. And this is all HF concepts that we're going to have to talk about in the future. But you use the screwdriver to kind of like get you right in that frequency you want to be, and then you can transmit. And then if it's an automatic screwdriver, you can use your radio to tell the screwdriver where to load up and where to make. God, well, that beer's making me a little gassy. Where you want it to load up and how you want it to work. Screwdrivers are great. The problem is they're very expensive. They're complicated to install. As you can see, this is also an Xterra. I wasn't looking for Xterra pictures, but this is an Xterra. And they had to like shoot a bolt in the side of it, mount it there. I don't know if that's adhesive or it's actually bolted in. That's a way to go, man. And Hawkeye says, I'm afraid I'll get noise. Yes. Yes, you will. All of these antennas are vertically polarized, right? So in HF, vertically polarized versus horizontally polarized. Horizontally polarized antennas do really well. They're very low noise. Things that are horizontally polarized are loop antennas and dipole antennas. Verticals, though, vertically polarized, and they draw on a lot of noise, right? Okay. Your last option. Pop a hole in that thing. There are plenty of kits that you can buy that you'll have to pop your headliner off, but you can drill a permanent antenna mount right through the center of your roof. That way you don't have to do the mag mount thing. You don't have to do any of that, and then you can have a really good antenna, really good mount. What often happens is you pop a hole in your roof and you put a shorter, stubbier VHF, UHF antenna, which is fine because often VHF, UHF on 50 watts is fine on a smaller antenna. They're going to be bigger than an HT, a 6-inch HT, for example, but fine because it's still going to be a quarter wave in most cases for a VHF, UHF, right? Cool. But what if I just want to QRP? Well, you can do that too. And this is my setup. I have a very simple, I have a Nissan Leaf, and it, Justin Brown asked, did you talk about the antenna that transfers through the glass? No, I did not. And I don't want to recommend anyone do that. You can. You're going to get some dB loss. I believe it's at least 2 dB loss and through the glass antenna. You can. I'm not gonna recommend that though. And actually, most of this stuff isn't recommendations. I think I'm just trying to distill what I've learned over the course of years into something that hopefully easy that you guys get, and it's maybe fun and interesting. The glass thing, I've never really seen anybody say like, "Oh, this is good. I totally recommend this." We used to use that. In cell phone land. Zero Hedge, dude. A Leaf. So let me be clear about my Leaf. I have an Xterra. I have a Pro 4X Xterra, full off-road everything Xterra, but I have a 20-mile commute each way, and so I take the Nissan Leaf. Love the Nissan Leaf for the commuting. Great. No problem with that. I've got a simple ham stick. I think I paid $25 for that antenna, and it's a single band. It's tuned to the CW portion of 20 meter, and I can run my Zygu there on the lower right with one of my keys that's up on the upper right, and I can drive to work, and I can work CW, or try to work CW. I'm still not very good at CW. Vince asked, but if you have a stubby antenna for VHF, doesn't that mean you get more power being reflected back into the radio? Hey, you're totally right. Hold on one second. Let me I'm going to move the green screen for a second. So, in my Amazon store, this device is a 2 meter, 70 centimeter power and SWR meter. Okay? whatever mobile you decide to go with, whether it's going to be in your car or it's going to be a whatever home base station, you need to have a power meter, particularly when you start getting better antennas, for exactly what Vince just said. You're right, Vince. You're right that you could get power reflecting back into the radio. Now, I guess I should have specified that a little bit better. But mobile radios are a little bit more robust to handle some of that reflected power. They're not as finicky as HF radios can be. But most of these antennas are tuned or should be tuned appropriately for the band that you're transmitting on. So they're like 2-to-1, you know. Hopefully you get less than 2-to-1. I believe I got that hamstick down to 1.5 on 1.5-to-1, which is good. I'm happy with that. Hawkeye asked, "Did you get new battery for the Leaf?" Oh, I don't want to. Maybe I'll just spoiler alert it. So I bought that Leaf in 2013 with a totally dead, dying, and degraded battery, and I knew, because the warranty was still valid, that if I just kept beating on it, it would pass a certain threshold, and I would get a brand new free battery. And I mean the battery, the whole battery pack, $7,000 for free, by being a little savvy and knowing about how that car works. So yes, I did. In fact, I just took it in for the warranty call last weekend, and in a couple of weeks I get a brand new battery on a 2013 Leaf, which is fully loaded. Fine for me. So it's basically like I almost get a brand new car. It's like getting a free engine rebuild and a free everything overhaul for free is what I just did. That's pretty good stuff right there. I should make a video on it. I need to make a video on that. Okay, so before we transition to the rest of go to the Q&A, where I just talk to you guys, and I've got some unboxings. I think we're going to open up some of these boxes over here. I want to say a big thank you to the Patreon followers, the Brew Crew. I have created a beer doc. It is going onto my Google Drive, and it will be made available on Patreon, covering all the beers. I will update all the beers, and I'll cover my reviews on there so that you can follow along. You can download it. You can do whatever you want. Next time you go shopping or you're going to a beer fest or whatever, you can have that with you, and you're like, hey, that's something Hosh drank. Awesome. Let me know what you think. Channel backers. I got 3 big channel backers that I want to thank so much. It's Chris Ebert. I hope I got that right. Or it's Ebert. Of course, Carrie. Thank you so much, Carrie. And Michael Niewender. You guys are great. Appreciate all the help. Thank you so much. Okay, so I'm going to go back. I think I'm just going to leave it here. Yeah, I'm going to leave it on this car. I just like the look of that so much. That's just ridiculous. So understand, that guy has a crap load of HF antennas on there. Like a ton. That's awesome. Okay, so Q&A. Let's do some Q&A. I'm going to switch back here. And I think I've got a couple radios I want to open. And they're sitting there. It's a little bit like Christmas. I did open this one today, this Redivis FRS. So I was pretty happy in my recommendation of the Uniden FRS radios, but then I started looking around, and the Redivis has a USB slot with rechargeable NiCads. This will recharge NiCads. It's pretty good. That's pretty good. It's got a pretty decent flashlight on it. Blow out my green screen. It's pretty good. Carrie starting the Q&A off with a completely off-topic question. That's okay. Do you still resell books on Amazon? No, I have not been doing any retail arbitrage or anything, largely because I've been so engaged with doing these videos for ham radio that all the time that I was spending on sourcing stuff and reselling, I've just been putting back into this, making the slides, making my side videos, doing all this stuff. I have way more fun doing this. So thank you all for supporting this and watching. With that said, so right now, I hope everybody understands, my Amazon affiliate link is not products I'm selling. I don't own those products. I'm just recommending them to you. So I get a little percentage of the cut. It's kind of like a finder's fee. That's great. I have no problem with that. It's helping buying radios and being able to do the things that I'm able to talk to you guys about. So that's cool. It's like a self-sustaining. We basically have a self-sustaining motor right now. We're able to keep it going down the road. That's awesome. That's exactly where I envision it to be, and I'm glad we're there. With that said, I'm thinking about how I can make some kind of product, whether it's some kind of electronic or some kind of handheld radio, something to go along with a Baofeng. I'm actively looking for something that I can make. So I'm looking. Alex Mendoza asks a very similar question to the Amazon one. Do you still have your vending machines? I do. I still have 2 vending machines placed. When my car was broken into, though, the thief stole my key ring with all my vending ring keys on it. So I actually have to go get that vending machine and bring it back home and rekey it. And I've just been putting it off again because I'm having so much fun with the live stream. So I hope the guy just didn't take my vending machine and booked it with. Anyway, let me bring the chat up in full so I can see it. Hunter asks, Hosh, are you on DMR? I am on DMR. I have been on DMR for a little while, and I am on registered DMR Mark. Everybody, okay, so DMR, if you go to DMR M-A-R-K or M-A-R-C, DMR Mark, you can register with your call sign. You can get a number associated to that call sign, and you can use that for DMR. And you have to use that if you get a radio. Reality check. What about antennas that are radioless design and don't require ground plane? Thinking of mounting one on a pillar above mirror of Wrangler. Go or no go? Reality check. Is that for HF? I will respond to you if that is the case. I think that is. Please respond. Orlando Stagehand. Have you ever looked at the Heathkit Pipe Tenna VHF UHF stealth antenna? No, I have not. Are you on, Orlando, are you on the Facebook group? If you are, post it over there so I can take a look. That's kind of stuff I'd like to look at. Is the chat a good enough size for everybody? I know you're seeing it on the right-hand side, but is the video chat okay? I never really asked. Does it look good? I put that there for people who watch this on the back end. I hope it's the right size. Tell me, yeah. Hunter, I can get my DMR thing to work. It won't make it into the local repeater. I have a GD77. Hosh, I can PM you a copy of my code plug if you want to look at it and make sure I am not going to fix your code plug. That is, that's a lot of work, man. That's a lot of work. Okay, Hunter, hold on. Wait, Hunter? Yes. Hunter. Where are you located? Are you in Southern California? If you're in Southern California, I can actually help you out. Okay, good. Vid chat's fine. It's fine. Roger, copy. QSL, thank you. Okay. Good. Yeah, Michael or Hunter, tell me what you think. Okay, so first thing, I'm gonna open this guy. So this guy right here, this radio, my PL660, being a big listener and not so much of a talker, I really like the shortwaves, and I like to listen to the shortwaves. I like to pull up things like Russia Today or China Today or Cuba Today or whatever these crazy stations are. But that's it. You kind of just listen to them, or you've got to pack something along with you. Where's my Daily Bop? Oh, is it in my bag? Oh, there it is. So if you're gonna do shortwave listening, if you get a really rare station, you're basically DXing. You're DXing the receive side. We've talked about DXing before. A lot of people pack with them audio recorders, right? So you're packing around this nice stereo audio recorder, and you can pipe it into the radio via the plug here. Well, what if you just had that in the radio? Like, what if the radio had the capability to record? That's what this radio is supposed to be, which I find pretty compelling. So this is the Devoe V115. Oop. It's got a pretty bad battery door. Ugh. Okay. Rechargeable battery. This is like a this is a pretty generic rechargeable. That is a bad battery door. Power, 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 power. Power. Oh, that's green. Haha, that's kind of cool.
That's amazing.
Whoa.
You're going to reduce your financial stress, and you're sick of worrying about.
That's really good.
Debt. Call Oak Tree Law. Call Oak Tree. 800-542-2949. 800-542-2949.
That is a really good reception.
With the BBB. That's pretty cool. Free consultation.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna turn this off for a second. Okay, I'm turning this off. I'm gonna get my. I'm picking up my 660. It's probably already turned to 640.
Sunday with highs into the mid-60s, warmer next week. Right now in Fullerton it's 53 degrees, 54 in...
The Devoe's better.
It's 50 in Santa Clarita, 58 in Gardena. We lead local, live from the KFI 24-hour newsroom. I'm Aaron Bender.
I did not expect that. Dude. This is really good. Wow. Alright, I want to strike. I don't want to strike and turn all these radios off. That is very impressive. Holy smokes, guys. If this is if that's the receive capability on this radio on AM, that is awesome. This is worth that for that alone. And it can record. It has a little mini card slot here. Holy crap. I did not expect it to be nearly as good as that. I almost I can't get any shortwave reception in here because I'm inside the middle of my house. Dude, this is small, dude. This is not, yeah, seriously. That was I did not. Gun websites calling me out. Dude, that's crazy, man. That is crazy. Well, shoot. Make sure you go to my affiliate link down below before you search for the Devoe V115. I'm shocked. I'm shocked by that. Okay, hold on. Yeah. That's the so that's the reason I got it. This is the reason I got this, is it's got a card slot and it will record what you're listening to. So what I was saying is if you're on shortwave and you pull up Cuba or China, you can hit record and you can be recording that transmission. Or if it's not on and you hit the record button, it will just record your voice. It will do its own voice communication. That's okay. Hold on. I'm going to switch over to web here. Yow, man. I did not expect that. I did not expect that level of... this is the Devoe V115. $20! $20! I am shocked right now. I'm adding it to my influencer store right now. That's crazy. That is crazy. I did not expect anything like that. It's got four... Well, let's look through the comments really quick. I want to see what they say. They probably say the shortwave is garbage, but the AM is good. That is really good. Wow. I'm shocked. I'm seldom shocked like that. this is a really good deal, man. Yeah. Now, so I don't want to give it all away, but I'm gonna make a video on it when I'm gonna make a video on it, and I'm gonna cover the FM and shortwave bands, and I'm gonna put my seal of approval on it for bugging out or whatever. I really got this for the record capability, so that you could record both voice notes and on the air stuff. I'm pleasantly surprised. I'm gonna have to download this video just for that reaction, this stream just for that reaction. And let me compare it to the Texan 380. The size wise, I should do it the other way. The Devoe is smaller. It doesn't feel better than the Texan. Texan's a great sturdy radio, but that Devoe, man, wow, I don't even want to open the other radio, and for fear that it's not going to be nearly as good as that one. Wow. I don't know what to say. I did not expect that. I honestly expected a Chinese piece of junk, and I hate to say that because, I don't really believe that, but at the same time, it's become kind of part and parcel. Wow. Yeah. Shortwave. Let me talk briefly about shortwave. So, no, you know what? Actually, I'm gonna pimp a YouTube channel. I'm gonna recommend you guys go follow this guy. Two Hands and a Radio, I believe is his channel. Yeah, Two Hands and a Radio on YouTube. This is how I found this radio. And I didn't really want to watch his video to spoil the review for me, the fun of it. Oh, interesting. It has a front speaker and then like a back mega bass speaker. Maybe that's why we're getting such good sound quality. Apparently, too, if you hit record, it records in stereo, even though it's one speaker. That's pretty awesome. So anyway, this Two Hands and a Radio guy, he reviews $20 radios. Just $20 radios, and sometimes people send him radios that are more than $20, and he'll review those. But that's his whole channel, is just reviewing $20 radios for shortwave and other stuff, which generally kind of takes me out of his normal, like I don't buy any of the radios he recommends because I like single sideband, like a lot. That's why I use the PL660. Now, this radio is still really good at shortwave and really, really good at single sideband. The Devoe might be better at AM, but this is what you want if you want to do shortwave. This radio is compared to radios that cost twice its value in shortwave. I want to be very specific. FM, AM, those are one thing, and then shortwave is its own whole other thing. So, wow, that was impressive. I'm pretty shocked by that. Carrie says, I need to replace my shortwave radio. It's from Radio Shack long time ago. If it still works and it's solid state, man, you're fine. Okay, sorry, I got so sidetracked by that radio. I was so surprised by it. I totally just lost a bunch of the chat here. Okay, good. I'm caught up. There's G-Webs. He said so fake. I remember that was like the last comment I read. $20, man. Wow. Yeah. Let's see. Bugging out. Yeah, bugging out. Oh, could you imagine? Hawkeye, great USO gifts for troops overseas. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, this thing is small, dude. Yeah, this is a great stocking stuffer. I think I'm going to give these to people for stocking stuffers. Well, that was, this night just keeps getting better, man. We got the good news about Technician. Just awesome. The House of Blues asked, do you still do mukbangs? I have not. The family has not done the mukbangs in a while, largely because we've been doing the radio videos and I've been having so much fun with them. I have to, let me see if I can put things into perspective. I do all the editing. I do all the videoing. I do all the editing. All of it comes from my hands. And I am the most passionate about what I'm doing right now. And I think that I feel that I'm getting the most response to it. Like I'm getting just really, really good response from everybody, and everybody's super engaged, and we're having a really good time. So I've just been going crazy with this. Like I'm just loving it right now. Not to say I don't love eating in the mukbangs. I do. And in fact, Filipino food, still number one, best food ever. But man, I wish I had, I wish my wife would maybe do a little editing, but then she's not going to be with the kids. And, it's tough. It's tough trying to, I'm an engineer. I have a full-time job, which I work more than full-time on. And then I come in and I try and do this stuff too. So, it's tough. It's tough no matter how you swing it. Let's see. Jason Phi asks, I came late. What is the enhancement to technicians? So basically, for a technician class license, just to recap for people who've been sitting along this whole time, the ARRL has asked that the FCC open up some voice, phone, as it's called, digital, and other things on the HF bands for technician. So if you get your technician license, you could very easily also have access to the HF stuff. So, yeah. Anthony Kinney, have you spoken to any hams here in New Zealand? I have not. And I don't really have a good enough station to reach you guys. I'm working on that. That's part of this whole thing. I will be getting there. But Ray says, what Jason said. What did Jason say? Oh, about the enhancement? Yeah. Oh, a group? I'm down for a group mukbang. I'll do a group mukbang anytime you guys want to do it. We got enough people in California too that we could probably swing something. I think that's not even a question. Jeff, 15 years old and just got his tech. Congratulations, buddy. Are you a Boy Scout, out of curiosity? I know a lot of kids who got their tech are Boy Scouts, which is super awesome. I was a Boy Scout. Okay. This is the TIV Dio HR11S. So this is the survival radio. Look at all the things this thing does. It's got DSP, crank power, solar power, emergency alert, phone charger, flashlight, DSP, which stands for Digital Signal Processing Chip, broadcast receiver, automatic search, station request, hands-free. I don't know what that means. Oh, because it's Bluetooth. FM stereo, calendar, lyric display, sleep timer, music player, recorder, and Bluetooth. Sorry, let me go back. Did I miss? Grab my Dario says, grab my tech last Feb. Haven't really done anything else since. Need motivation for to set up home and Jeep setups. Yeah, I hear ya. Elias, Malaysian Boy Scout here, 17 years old with a call sign. Nice, dude. That's awesome. Congratulations on that. Very cool. Where did I miss the 15-year-old Jeff? Where are you? Okay, Jeff. Okay, good. He said he is his dad. Okay. So this radio is also small for what it is. Oh my god! It's green! It's green! Of course. I thought I asked for red. Look at this. Hey, I got a stealth radio, guys. Do you like my stealth radio? Have you ever seen a stealth radio before? This is going to be a great review. Christ. I'm good at this. Battery doors are... Oh, wait. There's a battery somewhere. Yep, same battery. Or similar to the same battery. It's got a lanyard. Okay. Heavier than the other radio, to be honest with you. Battery situation is not good. I gotta say that right up front. I guess because it's rechargeable, they don't care because you're never supposed to open it, right? Yeah. Just, if anybody's gonna like target you, you just go like this. You cannot see me now. You cannot see me. I am behind my stealth radio. That's awesome. Oh. Oh, wait. Now you gotta turn it on. No? Oh. No. I don't know what's happening right now. If I crank it, will that work? Oh. I got a green light. I don't know if you can see it on the stealth radio. Did I install the battery wrong? Yeah. No, I didn't install the battery backwards or anything. I didn't do that. I definitely didn't do that. It's got a screen. Screen in space. Okay, so let's do the same thing. Mode, Bluetooth. Okay. Waiting. Medium wave. The battery of arms is a little weird.
Multiple listing service. It's a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom. 848.
That's pretty good too.
Feet. All right. Let's do a quick whip around. How much of this house?
How the heck do I raise the volume of this thing?
Stats again, please. Here are the
This
stats.
battery of arms is a little weird.
In Sunnyvale, California, and it's 848 square feet. It's sold in 2 days. It is a...
That's pretty good. I gotta be honest, that's pretty good. So understand too. Let's. I can't do a comparison because the goddamn thing's green. This is my Kato. Oh, why is this messing up? Okay, hold on. Okay, this is my Voyager Pro by Kato. This is a solar panel radio. It's got a crank on the side. I made a couple videos on these guys. Does shortwave, does all that good stuff. So it's the same functionality, no Bluetooth though. And here's stealth radio. Stealth radio, just like, look at. That's awesome. Okay, so I'm good there. I'm good with the unboxings. I am. Oh man, I'm still in shock. I'm still in shock with that 117 or the 115. I'm in shock. I'm going to get off of this stream depending on what we do next. If we go to Discord or whatever we're going to do, but I'm going to be playing with that thing for the rest of the night. That is awesome. Awesome. So excited. Like, you don't understand. You do. Well, maybe you understand. I'm a skeptic. I'm a pretty hardcore skeptical dude. You could probably infer what else I believe in or not believe in. But I listen to Coast to Coast AM like a lot. I like Coast to Coast AM. I like crazy, weird conspiracies and ghost stories. I don't believe it, but I enjoy it. And the ability that I can just like play this and record it stereo. Whoo. Woo. Open the icon box. No. I'm not going to do that. I already did it earlier today. It's not that impressive. It's a mobile. It's just like, I mean, where did I close my presentation. No, I didn't close my presentation. Hold on. Let me go back. Bloop. It literally looks like this. That's what it looks like. Literally. I would just be showing you that. And I will. I will show you. It will be there. But I'm not going to reopen it. I got it all packed in. I still need the antenna. I need a good length of coax. But that will be, we will do, there's so many people in California that we could probably just do simplex. I'll be able to just talk to people in simplex, like while we do the stream, which is like super awesome. Super excited about that. Some people came in late. Yeah, so they're opening up a lot of the their desire, the ARRL, is to open up some of the HF bands for technician, which is great. It's good news. I like that. Okay, what did I want to do next? Was there something I was going to do? Probably going to open another beer. I hope I oh, okay. Well, what the hell? Let's figure out the Discord. How do I invite people to the Discord? Okay, server name, top left, invite people. What? Invite people, share this link with others to grant access to the server. Okay, copy. Ready? Here we go. There it is. We'll do it live. We'll do it live. Sorry if I think I just was too loud. I think I just blew out my mic. Joe Wilson, I'll take your call live. Please, someone from my area is willing to help me. What happened? Who touched you? Who hurt you? Next, we'll be going into Modern Times, City of the Dead on Nitro. We should have like a contest to see who can catch me on Discord first. Orlando Stagehand, sorry to see you go, buddy. Have a nice evening. Have a good weekend. Oh. False Fat Hunter just joined. Okay, I'm gonna... Happy Haxor's here. I prefer Leet Haxors. It's blowing up. It's blowing up. Alright, so I'm gonna change. I'm gonna put on my AirPods and... Are we good? Connected? So... If you click on the video, the voice channels on the left that says live streams, can anybody hear me? Can anybody hear me? Okay, I'm gonna get some Q&A done while they play around. Oh, Hunter, you're the first. Hello. Yes, you did. All right, so let me... Can I... What's up, buddy? Hold on. I was not prepared for this. I was not prepared. I don't have... Right on, buddy. All right, I'm trying to... Nobody can hear you in the live stream, so I'm trying to see if I can work my magic here to make it output. This... I'm probably trying too much at one time. This is probably way too much to be doing it live. Okay, if I do that... Okay, that is not working. Darn. Appreciate it. Okay, hold on. So nobody can hear you guys. I'll have to work this out for the next time. We should probably do a whole thing that next stream I'll get this worked out to where we can do Discord, and then we can take your questions live, which that would be a lot of fun. So Let me wrap up the questions here. What time is it? Yeah, we're running a little long. That's okay. You guys stay here and keep talking. I'm gonna hop out for a second so I can finish up the stream, and then I'll come back and we can talk. All right. Okay. All right. So let me make sure I got everything. Strike Eagle, Hosh, you might talk about using a handheld to leverage crossband repeater function. Yeah, I did. I mentioned it in the beginning of the video when I was talking about mobile radios. I mentioned crossband repeating, how you would use that to get to a repeater. Absolutely. That's the... What? My sound's gone? Oh, shoot. Can you guys hear me okay? Did I just disappear on you? Am I still there? Can you hear me? I think you can hear me. Better? Is that better? Did I lose everybody? Can you hear me? Okay. Okay, sorry about that. Gosh. So I saw somebody yelled no sound. That freaked me out. So let me go back. Yeah, follow the link to the Discord if you'd like. I'll post that in the Facebook group as well. Joe asks, I need to program my GD77. I don't even know what a GD77 is, to be honest with you. Hold on. David says, is there a better radio for the Baofeng price? Not that I know of. The straight up is not that I know of. Maybe a used radio. Maybe a used, see if you can find a used FT60. I would go with that. No sound. Okay, got it. Cool. Might try. Okay, good. Okay, appreciate that everybody's got the sound. Okay, so we're about an hour and a half in. I'll take some final questions if you got them. Otherwise, we're gonna wrap it up, and we'll hop over to Discord. I'll go talk to somebody. We got a bunch of people over there already, so I'm gonna hop over there shortly. Yeah, I just, somebody in the chat said no sound. They yelled out no sound, and I freaked out, and so I started just going in react mode. No, I mean, sound is like, regardless of this being on YouTube, sound is like the most important thing. You have to have good sound, and so, yeah, okay. Oh, Radiosity GD77. Okay, Joe, is it programmable in Chirp? Is it programmable in Chirp? If it can be programmed in Chirp, then the question is, what is your battery of arms to get it into the system, like to get it onto the PC? Are you plugging in the radio, turning the radio on, connecting it to the computer, starting the software, and then downloading from radio? That's generally the best way to go. I have a whole series of videos on programming radios, and just because the company's different, the way you do it's pretty much the same. Ray asks, what kind of pull does the ARRL have? They have a lot of pull. There are they run ARRL, which is the emergency response team that they have. Plus, they're like the coordinator and the organizer for almost all radio in the United States. The FCC may be the arm that sets up the regulation, but the ARRL is like, I would call it like a more... It's not more active than the NRA, and don't let any politics get in the way of what you may think about the NRA. The ARRL is not like that. They're much bigger from in a sense that they're everywhere. They're involved in everything. They're involved in getting licensed. They're involved with just, you name it, the ARRL's in it. So they've got all the power in the United States. There is no larger power organization in the United States for ham radio. Okay. Well, I gotta say, I'm still just totally shocked by this thing. I've been thinking about it since the moment I turned it on. This V115. Wow, for AM, man, it's replacing all my regular stuff that I go to. I would love it if you guys hopped over to Discord. That's kind of fun. I'm gonna hop over there in a second after I use the little boys' room. Joe says no, but it can be with Brandmeister. Oh, is DMR is the GD77 a DMR radio? Okay. Oh my god. This is, what was it now? Radiosity GD77. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, you asked about code plug earlier. So Joe, where are you from? Are you from California? If you're from California, I can send you code. I don't think you need the tag. You need the tag for Discord? You don't need the tag. Yeah, I'm just gonna set it to never expire. Here you go. There you go. Never expire. Bladow. There you go. There's the unbroken forever link to Discord. Good. Joe, did I miss it? Did you say, are you in California? Tom asked a good question. Tom says, what are the downsides of expanding privileges for technician classes? Do you think it will result in fewer people eventually getting their general and extra licenses? So, to answer that question best, one must understand statistics. So, it is only, so what you're really asking is our current transfer from technician to general going to get better or worse from this? I can't imagine so, because most technicians are not getting their general now, aside from my amazing followers and people on the stream here. Most people don't get their technician. Most people just keep the technician forever, and they never go to general, and they never, I'm sorry, I said that wrong. They never go to general. They just kind of keep their technician. They never get exposed to HF. They never want to move forward. I think it's only a good thing. And I'll go back to my comment earlier. I don't know if you were in here earlier, Tom, but the people who seem to be the most vocal about how they don't like this seem to be the people that need to step up and become Elmers. They need to get more involved in their clubs, or maybe they need to start thinking about other modes of ham radio that they don't normally involve themselves with. Digital is a huge thing, and I don't see a lot of older hams embracing digital. I think they kind of just think that it's a nothing thing, and then that's it. I don't know. You tell me what you think. Joe, I am in Georgia and in Dakula, so then I can't really help you. So here's what I recommend, Joe. You need to find a repeater network or a DMR repeater in your area, and you need to ask for a code plug for their radios. And then you could send that to your GD77, and you could be ready to go. If you go to DMR Mark or Brandmeister, you'll be able to pull up your area, and you can see which repeaters are in your area. And that call sign lookup will allow you to find the repeater owner, and then you can contact that person. And I do recommend you do reach out and contact that person, because then you'll get a better contact. Well, this was a dynamite stream. I had a great time, man. I had a good time. It's one of the best streams yet. I hope everybody had fun. I hope there was enough numbers that we got enough people engaged. I thought so. Anyway, we got a good group right now on Discord. Oh my gosh, look at this. Look at this, guys. So everything on that left-hand side, all those little circles are people that are in the voice chat. I don't know if they're talking. Can they talk? Or do I have to be there? I don't know. Okay. I'm gonna hop out and I'm gonna go use the little boys room, and then I'm gonna hop over to Discord. Again, I'm gonna post the link in the chat for Discord. And if you're so interested, you could hop over there. Brad says, my first experience with HF was when I attended our club's field day. That's awesome. That's a great way to get involved with HF. Totally. Yeah, no, Joe, no question. I'm not giving you a hard time. I was just trying to help you. If you were local to me, I could send you my code plug. Good luck, Joe. If you're on Ham Radio Crash Course, hop on there and ask for help. Or, like I said, use Brandmeister or DMR Mark to find a local repeater, and you might be able to do it that way. Okay. Yeah, HF is a lot of fun because you feel like you're more in control and you're actually like making the connection. I feel like. Okay, Robert. Thank you, Robert. I appreciate that. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up because I gotta go use the restroom. All right, we're gonna leave it at that. It was great talking to you guys. If you haven't already, check out the Patreon, subscribe to my channel, hit the little bell so you get notified when I do the live streams. I'm going to have a lot more videos coming up, obviously, because I got all this stuff to review, and it's going to be good. I'm very excited now. I was a little worried it was going to be crappy. I hate reviewing crappy stuff, but I don't think it's going to be crappy. Okay, we'll leave it at that. All right, guys, take it easy. See ya.